I'm Jake McDonald, joined by Justin Rodriguez, and we're here to talk about the NFL segment of the wrap-up with the new league year kicking off last week over spring break. Free agency period officially began. Teams have been trading for a while, but the official window to sign free agents officially opened in the NFL, and we're going to get things started with maybe the biggest move in free agency so far. The Minnesota Vikings signing free agent quarterback Kirk Cousins to a 3-year, $84 million contract, fully guaranteed. How much better does this make the Vikings, Justin?
Well, I mean, I have them winning free agency just because of that move. If you think about that division and kind of what else has happened in that division specifically, I mean, the Lions, they still don't have really a true running back. They signed LeGarrette Blount in free agency. The Packers lost Jordy Nelson, but they picked up Jimmy Graham, who I kind of think is, he's still relevant, but he's not nearly what he was when he was with the Saints. So when the Vikings picked up Kirk Cousins, you have to look at the offense that's around him. Dalvin Cook comes back next season after the ACL tear that he had. Latavius Murray is still there. Kyle Rudolph at tight end. Stephon Diggs. Adam Thielen. I mean, Treadwell's still there. He hasn't really kind of broke out yet, but it's because of the logjam that they have at the receiver position, which is a good problem to have. So, I mean, what can you say about it? I mean, I think the Vikings, you almost don't want to say it, but it just looks so good on paper that you say, oh, well, wow, they can win the NFC North with this. Like, it's insane. Plus, the fact that somebody like Kirk Cousins was even available in free agency totally blew my mind. So, but yeah, we had a couple other teams that were super aggressive in free agency too. The Cleveland Browns ended up trading for Jarvis Landry, Tyrod Taylor, and honestly, with the couple moves that they've had too, AFC North is kind of getting closer and closer to changing over of the guard, I guess, and who's going to be at the top. I mean, the Steelers are getting up there. Big Ben's getting older. There's questions of whether Le'Veon Bell is going to be there. I mean, I know you don't want to hear this, but the Ravens are kind of having salary cap issues. I mean, they did sign Michael Crabtree at the receiver position, but both of those teams, and then the addition of the Cincinnati Bengals, they're just getting older, and there's the Browns have that potential to be that younger team moving up. So I mean, that's what I have to say about those two teams. I mean, who do you think also made like big splashes in free agency?
Well, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head with those two. I mean, you could say that the Cardinals made a splash just by the contract they gave Sam Bradford. I know it's just a one-year deal. Certain teams are spending a lot of money as well. But to go back to the winners we were talking about with free agency, I definitely think the Vikings and the Browns won. We talk about this every year with the Browns winning free agency, but they have themselves a bridge quarterback. They have the number 1 pick in the draft as well as the number 4 pick, so they're definitely going to get some type of quarterback, whether that's at number 1 or number 4, we don't really know yet. But no matter what, they will have somebody there if you want that option, and then they also have Saquon there if they want to take him as well. So they still, even though they've made all these moves already, they have the potential to address multiple positions within the first 5 picks, which you almost never have in the draft. And I just want to talk about Cousins real quick because the knock on him has always been that he's never been in like a big game moment, like in an NFC Championship, for example, and he's never delivered in the small chances that he has had. But he doesn't have to do nearly as much as he did with Washington. Yeah, he was asked to do a lot in Washington, but now they're still going to expect him to be the $25, $26 million quarterback they're paying him to be every year now. But he's got all these weapons around him, and now he actually has a defense, which he never really had in Washington. So he's not going to have to do nearly as much as he did if he's going to be more than a game manager. He's Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
But there's not going to be nearly as much pressure on him as there was in Washington, D.C. But there are some of the top moves of NFL free agency so far. Again, the Vikings and the Browns, the big winners, and some other supporting moves as well. So for Justin Rodriguez, I'm Jake McDonald.